We are honored to have Dr. Sandeep Marwah with us, who is the Chancellor and founder of Asian Academy of Film and Television, one of the prestigious filmmaking schools of India. With the experience of over 3 decades, Dr. Marwah had helped shaping the future of students in journalism, filmmaking, and media education. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
As we are approaching to 17th Global Film Festival, and Marwah Studios try to bring something new every year. So what can we expect this year?
Well, let me tell you that this is going to be the 17th edition, which in itself speaks a lot. Because 17th edition means we have surpassed all the festivals which are so far running in the country in connection to films, television and media. I can only say that today we have become now the second biggest film festival in the country after IFFI. And I think that is enough to convince people and to tell people that what we are and how we are operating. This festival is going to bring a lot of new excitement, new kind of programs, new people, especially the young, talented people from Indian film industry. They're going to be here, and I think that is going to bring new energy to this festival.
So I had a question regarding the Indian film industry. As you and Marwah Studios has been associated with the entertainment industry from a very long time, and we nurture and grow talent here. So my question to you was that in the recent years there has been this notion that Bollywood stories are lacking substance in the recent years. So contrary to that popular belief, is there a movie that you really liked, and what were the aspects that you liked, if yes?
Now see, don't forget that we are the biggest film industry of the world. If they are hit films, there are films which they don't even do very well. And this is not only related to Indian film industry, but every industry all over the world. People are not even aware that more than 70% or 80% of the films in USA, so-called Hollywood, they also don't do very well in the market. So first of all, please take out this concept of not running well and doing very well. As a student of filmmaking, it's a very important for you to understand that every film takes hell of a time, hell of a money, efforts, a lot of pain. Then only one film is completed, which is called a feature film, and you are in a position to actually release that film in theater. Yes, some films, they don't do well because the storyline is weak. There probably one point which I would love to add on from my point of view, that people, when they don't put much efforts on their pre-production, planning, designing of the filmmaking, especially the story, the concept, if they're not coming out with a new idea, then they are bound to do not well. Then there's a risk, because thousands of films have been made. Don't forget that. Not only in Hindi, in 28 different languages in this country. And there are times when if you have not even seen that film in Hindi, maybe you have seen that story in some other regional language. And you'll start comparing that film with that regional Hindi film with the regional film. And probably you may find that it's the same old story. So today, yes, story is the king. You have to have a very powerful concept, absolutely new ideas, so that you can convince the audience to come to theater and watch your film. Story is must to look at.
So moving on, my question is, how do you think the advent of new technologies like VFX, CGI and AI has impacted Indian filmmaking?
See, if there is anything which is constant, it is a change. So it's very important to get adjusted to the changes which are coming into film and television industry also. इतना रहे ख्याल सताने के साथ साथ कि हम भी बदल रहे हैं ज़माने के साथ साथ. It's very important to change, and when these techniques are coming in, we have to adapt them and upgrade our way of making. I mean, I don't know, many people, they don't even know right now that artificial intelligence has started taking a very important role in making of cinema too, and the new techniques You don't even have to hunt for your locations. You don't even have to leave the studio. You can make a complete 2.5 hours of feature film right sitting into this studio, and with best of the characters, with best of the locations, with best of the actions. This is what today filmmaking is all about. So all those people who are part and parcel of film industry, they must read, they must take extraordinary lessons, they must attend some workshops, they must take some short courses to upgrade themselves into the new ways of filmmaking. And I've been listening it for 31 years when I've been teaching, and 33 years since I've started my studio, and 40 years when I've been in a creative art. So when we had 8mm and when Super 8 came in, people got nervous. When from Super 8 to 16mm, when people started shooting in them, they got further nervous. From 16mm, it rose to 35mm. Then people wanted to have a 70mm. Then it was changed into a video format. When low band was working, low band was raised to a level of a high band. High band changed to Betacam. Betacam changed into digital format. Today you are all on the digital, by the way. And the next one which is coming is going to be the laser one. And AI. I mean, imagine no film to be shot actually sometimes. You can create the whole film sitting back on computers. So the whole purpose of a film is that it must entertain you. The format can be different, the techniques can be different, but the bottom line is that it must entertain you and it must leave some kind of a message for the society.
So, as we talked about social media and digital platform, so as we are entering a new age, we are seeing people getting famous by just posting 30-second and 40-second content on social media. So, do you think that this so-called superstardom is still achievable in this era of Bollywood, like the Khans or Amitabh Bachchan?
See, everything is possible. I can only say that. I'm sure you know that there are times when somebody has put in a film of a minute and that film has probably 20 million viewers maybe in just 2 days, 3 days, 2 hours sometimes. So content is the king. If you are talking to the audience and if you can touch the heart of the audience, you are a winner. Now, how much money you have made through that cinema is a different subject. Bigger the screen, larger the investment, bigger the return. If you are making a film, you know that your cost is only 50,000 rupees. It has brought you fame, it has brought you a temporary some kind of a money, but probably you may not be able to buy an island from that. Feature films, once released in theatre, commercially has a very big scope to make big money. There are films which have done a turnover of 1,000 crore, 1,500 crore, 4,000 crore. I'm talking about Indian films. And there are films which have just recovered their cost, maybe 150 or 200 crores, which is also not less, by the way. But all that, a film which has not done well, still have a turnover of 30, 40 crores. You cannot make that kind of money on social media, by the way, because there are restrictions. There are times when people, yes, you can sell your concept on social media. You can project your trailer, teaser on social media and let people walk into the theater, pay money and make you a rich man.
So the OTT platforms replace the cinema experience?
Depends. The new equipment which is coming up is going to be a big screen, and OTT programs you can watch on big screen. It's a fun of a big screen. It's a fun of watching a film with almost 200 to 1,000 people at the same time. It's a fun of moving out of the house and enjoying with the family or friends like a picnic. Now these are different experiences. Those experiences you cannot get while watching your film on mobile or internet or at home or maybe on an idiot box. Yes, when you have a big screen, you're calling your friends at home, You have a dinner after the film. Probably you're trying to relate to the same kind of environment which you are going to find once you are out of your house and in a theater. I think still you have to wait for that till we have something very unique, very extraordinary, because theaters are coming up with the new techniques. It's a 4D concept which is coming into theater, and you will be realizing that it will be a fun, pleasure, and exciting to be in theater to watch a cinema. And these effects you will never able to find on a television once you're watching OTT program. And once these theaters are open, which is bound to be by probably next year, end of next year, and I'm sure people will again rush back to theater and they would love to be a part of cinema there.
So I wanted to ask you, as Marwah Studios will be hosting the 17th Global Film Festival, which is a huge achievement to celebrate storytelling and filmmaking in a country where cinema is worshipped. So I wanted to ask you, how are the preparations? What are the guests? Who are the guests that are coming in this event?
Well, it's going to be a huge, big show. I'm very happy that 17th we have grown here now. More than 65 important people, producers, directors, cinematographers, editors, actors, television personalities, people who have done commendably well on OTT channels, and people who are cinema pundits. Like, for example, Film Federation of India, Indian Motion Picture Producer Association, Motion Picture Association, Films Combined, all the important officers of the Indian film industry that they're going to be here in 3 days, talking to students, sharing their best of the experiences and their insight. And I'm sure this is going to be one of the best learning experiences for our students.
So all I can say is that the whole campus, all the students are really excited and pumped for this event. And if you could just give a pretext or a message to our viewers, that what can they expect from this 17th Global Film Festival?
I think not to be missed. That's one single statement, because these kind of events, number one, very difficult to organize. Second, it's very difficult to bring in such important people at the same time under the roof of Marwah Studios in just 3 days. So half of the industry is going to be here, and it's very difficult to meet these people once you are in Mumbai or Madras or Calcutta or in Delhi. So you take the best advantage of this time. 3 days, 10 to 6:30 p.m. The whole industry is going to be here. I remember there was a time when we were young, of your age, we used to run around, rush around outside the theaters just to have a glimpse of the important people, just to shake hands with them, just to have a picture with them, just to listen to them, what exactly they're going to share with the audience. And today, I'm happy that we have brought the festival to the campus, which is very difficult otherwise. And I'm claiming, with 17th festival, I'm claiming to the world that this is the biggest film festival in the world, in any of the educational institutions in the world. It's a very, very difficult statement, mind you. Because I've researched very well. There are about 125 film schools in the world, and I checked with every school possible. They do have film festivals, they do have events, but they say we don't have event of that stature, of that scale, and with that grandeur, and with that kind of involvement.
Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us.
Thank you very
With that, we come to the end of this interview. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you, sir, and we all are very excited, and we are looking forward to a great experience at 17th Global Film Festival. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Fantastic. All the best, and you must attend all the programs.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.